Welcome to Weekly Wisdom, where every single week we seek to take a piece of God's wisdom and then apply that to our everyday life. And we're going to be talking about wisdom today. You know, often when people think about wisdom, they tend to think about wisdom in terms of knowledge, that in order to be a wise person, you have to have a lot of knowledge. And that's really not wisdom at all. Wisdom is the application of the knowledge that you do have. How do you use what you know, and what do you do with what you know? That is what wisdom is more about. And as I've mentioned in the last few videos, I've been meditating a lot on the book of James, and that's what we're going to look at today. Open up your Bible, if you have it with you, to James chapter 3, or you can follow along with me here on the screen. We're looking at verse 13. It says, "Who is wise and understanding among you? Let them show it by their good life, by deeds done in the humility that comes from wisdom." Wisdom is so much more than just knowledge, and James kind of gets at that here by what he says. He asks the question, well, who's wise around you? Who is wise, and how do they show that wisdom? Well, they show it by their good life. And that means that wisdom is demonstrated by how you live. Wisdom is on display through one's behavior, not just with what one knows. It's what you do with what you know. And he gets even more specific about not just what we do with what we know, but how we do the things we do. Look again at what he says. Let them show it by their good life, by deeds done in the humility that comes from wisdom. See, wisdom is more than just what you know, it's what you do. And wisdom is more than just what you do, it's how you do it. James says that it is the deeds that are done in a good life, the deeds that are done with humility. That means he's asking us to consider, what are our motives behind the good things we do? You know, so often I think about the good that we do in this world and the good that I do, and I think it's important for me and for you to think about why we do it. Are we doing the good thing that we're doing because we have an agenda? Are we doing the good things that we're doing because we want someone to owe us, and we're going to use that good deed as leverage for negotiating in the future, for getting what we want out of them? Are we doing the good things that we're doing out of pride instead of humility, meaning that we want people to see the good that we do, and if they don't see it, we're going to make sure that we tell them the good things that we do to draw attention to ourselves instead of the good that is being done? So often we have motives behind the good things we do. And that's exactly what James is getting at here. Our good deeds in life, the things that we do, the good that we do for others, wisdom is demonstrated in that when it's done out of humility. Meaning, instead of drawing attention to ourselves or talking about it, think next time about, hey, can I do this without drawing attention to myself? Is there a way that I can do this good and no one notices? No one even sees me? Is there a way that I can do this good and make sure that the other person who I'm doing the good towards doesn't feel like they owe me? They just feel like I care about them? Is there a way that I can do this and make sure that no one thinks that I have an agenda, except the agenda of good? That is how we show others that we do have wisdom, that it comes from a place that's God's wisdom instead of our own. Because there is another type of wisdom. There's the world's type of wisdom. And the world's type of wisdom is wrapped up in all sorts of deceit and all sorts of pride and all sorts of ulterior motives. As a matter of fact, I'd encourage you to read the rest of this chapter, because that's exactly what James talks about in the rest of chapter 3. But instead, this week, as we go about our week, let's be focused on God's wisdom, the wisdom that is demonstrated in good deeds that are done with humility. That's today's weekly wisdom. I hope you found this video encouraging. If so, hit that thumbs up button. That'll help others to see it. And if you haven't subscribed to our channel yet, consider doing so you don't miss out on any of the good stuff that we talk about each week. Have a great week.